Good morning everyone and welcome on this new late week analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So of course guys, I'm totally aware about the results of the signals which I have sent here last midweek analysis video. It's really bad thing, unfortunately. Almost all of them, except of course for the USD JPY, which was running in about 110 pips of profit before finally it falls back and goes again and 51 pips of profit and currently goes to the break even. So the rest of the signals actually have failed, unfortunately. Almost all of them. Oh yeah, almost all of them. So again, these things can happen, unfortunately. And thankfully, those who are in this channel for a long time, they know very well that this is rarely happening. And usually, at least 70% of them are going in the right prediction. So I will do the best I can, guys, to recover. And hopefully, I will make sure that all of you who are following these signals are going to end up in a good profit by the end of the week. And I will try my best to make this late week analysis very profitable, and if needed also I will make a Friday analysis video as well. Anyway, let's now begin with the Euro USD. So let's now delete the old signal and let's see now what will gonna happen with the Euro USD. Actually yesterday guys, we had the core CPI news and the FOMC statement news for the USD dollar, and things seems to be not good actually for the dollar itself, and most likely we will witness actually a continuation in the rise for the Euro USD. So that being said, what we can see right here actually on the Euro USD, that the market has actually made a strong bullish breakout from that long-term triangle or a channel actually. And of course, based on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the market has actually formed right here strong two bullish engulfing candles. Meanwhile, we have right here a small red candle. Of course, that is due to the volume, and it seems like the market is going to be bullish for the next few days. So we have to also understand that we're having here also a structure just like that. That is of course a structure has been broken out from, and of course we can see that the market has indeed formed right here a fake breakout. Actually, it's, to be accurate, it's like that, to be honest. Just to give you the accurate shape of the structure, it's like this. So we had actually right here 1 and 2 fake breakouts. Meanwhile, this level of course has been a real level of a support, and this was of course a real level of the resistance. Now I want to show you guys something. If we scroll to the left side, actually first of all let me just draw here a line at the peak of the resistance right here of the that touches the edge of the structure. And if I scroll right now to the left side, what we'll see right here is something interesting. Check this out. This level 1.09653 has indeed been a real level of a support in the past, and seems like the market is gonna actually fall again, retesting that level after it falls for about 27 pips. So therefore, we can actually start buying the Euro USD exactly at the same level of that support, and the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a support as well right here at 1.09112, which means our safe zone will be ranging for about 52 pips. Go back now to the current price and check this out. Indeed, as we can see right here also, if we draw here a support trend line from this absolute lowest low to this higher low, we can actually see that the market has a potential to fall again to the edge of the safe zone and then gonna continue the rise, but most likely after abandoning that structure right here and make a strong bullish breakout candle. I'm not actually expecting for that to happen, and I'm expecting from the market to fall again to reach that level of a previous resistance, retesting that price, and then the Euro USD is gonna continue the rise. Now to find the target, let's move to the daily chart. And as you can see right here, my friends, right there exactly, we can see that the market has also formed right here a real level of a resistance. Let's just be accurate, exactly right here. So this was indeed a real level of the resistance exactly at 1.10924, which seems like that's going to be our take profit level, and therefore we can continue buying the Euro USD till it reaches at least a target of 126 pips of profit. Meanwhile, just be sure, exactly just like that. Meanwhile, our safe zone will be ranging also for only 53 pips, and hopefully guys, this is gonna be a good signal. Let me now please write it for you. That's everything for the Euro USD. Moving now to the Pound USD. Alright, so we have also to delete the signal. Guys, I don't know if I deserve it or not, but I would really appreciate, guys, if you can support the channel by just hit the like button. That's all I'm asking. I know I don't have the right to ask this when the signals have failed, but still, Xtreme trader have a long history of very successful signals, and actually I would appreciate, guys, if you just take your time to hit the like button, and hopefully this channel will be more achievable on YouTube. Let's see now what we can do next with the pound USD. Actually, for the pound USD, if we check now the daily chart, we can notice, my friends, that the market has indeed retested already the broken level of a support right here, exactly to be precise, exactly right there at 1.23923. So that level of a broken resistance has indeed been retested with that level of a support, which means that the pound USD is most likely right now gonna continue the rise. I don't see any chance for the pound USD at the moment to fall at all. The market has actually shown here actually a strong rejection to break out from that level of a previous resistance. Add to this, of course, that this price action right here, this reverse hammer, once you see this, guys, on a support level, especially on the daily chart, it usually indicates for a continuation in the bullish reversal. Alright, so that means that we have to look for buying the pair. Now the question is where exactly we can continue buying the pound USD. Now let's keep in mind that we are actually on the daily chart, and this right here, guys, this is actually representing a previous resistance which has been broken out from with that bullish candle. Now if we look to the 4-hour time frame, now we can confirm that we are having here also now a new structure has appeared, and the market seems like it's going to continue its way to climbing its way actually to break out from that structure. And if we draw here a support trend line from this lower low to this higher low, just like that, we can notice that the market is indeed gonna be respecting that level. If it falls again upon the pressure from the resistance, it's gonna make a pullback and falls again right here. First of all, it's gonna be retesting that support trend line, and also it's gonna be retesting the broken level of a resistance right here exactly at 1.24543. So that being said, we have to wait for the pound USD to fall for about 37 pips before we can start buying it. But just to be sure, let's now move to the 1-hour time frame. Now on the 1-hour time frame, we can see clearly that everything here seems to be right. We can actually adjust the entry to be exactly right there. Now why right there? Sorry, why right there? Because we can see right here we had also the nearest strong key support level to that bullish engulfing candle, and this was of course a resistance level as well, and it was a support right here. So therefore we can expect from this support level to be respected again once the market falls again to retest the same level of a support, which means we have to wait for the market to fall for about 30 pips before we can start buying it. Now for the take profit level, let's move back to the daily chart. And on the daily chart, we can see clearly that if the pound USD is going to continue the rise, it's going to actually aim that level of a resistance exactly right here at 1.26477, which means our target is going to be ranging for about 180 pips. Actually, that's not my type. Let's just adjust the take profit level to be right here at the nearest resistance to the entry, which means our take profit level is going to be for about 132 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a support right here exactly at 1.24085, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 50 pips against 138 pips of profit. Let's now move to the AUDUSD. Alright, so of course we have to get rid of the old signal. And let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Actually, I'm surprised with the AUDUSD. Everything was saying that this pair is going to continue to fall. Actually, it kept rising even before the core CPI news hit the market. However, it just continued the rise, and that is actually surprising to me. Even the daily chart said actually that this pair is going to continue to fall. And now, actually, if you think about it, maybe it will continue to fall only after retesting that level of a resistance right there, right here exactly as 0.67556, which means the AUDUSD still has about 58 pips more to go. I'm not expecting from the market to rise above that level of a resistance at the meantime, but the current price action that we're having right here says that the AUDUSD is indeed going to continue the rise. So the question is where exactly we can start buying this pair. Now let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now what we can see right here on the 4-hour time frame is a perfection of a trend lines, because we can see clearly that the market has actually formed right here a strong support trend line. And check this out, that's a perfection in my opinion. We are having here a support trend line which has been respected over the time. Then the market has made here the bearish breakout from that level. Then the market formed right here a shy attempts of two resistance trend lines, this one and this one of course, and then instantly the market has broke out from that level. Now we can see that the market has already retested the same level of a support trend line, which means that we should have actually entered our trade exactly right there. Now we're a bit late actually on it, because I think that the AUDUSD is gonna continue the rise instantly. But however, what we can do actually is hoping for the market to fall again to reach the absolute lowest level of a support exactly right here at 0.66771, and hoping from the market to also respect that level of a support trend line as well, because also we're having here another point of support trend line, which means if the market is gonna fall again, it's gonna be retesting also that level of a support trend line, which has already become a resistance trend line right here in the past. Therefore, let's just hope actually for a bearish pullback before the market continuing the rise, because I'm actually expecting it to continue the rise instantly. But we are just again hoping for another pullback, and that's going to be our best shot to start buying this pair, and we can actually expect to make approximately 79 pips or 80 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a support right here as 0.66414, which means we are actually looking for a safe zone of 35 pips against against 80 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USD CAD. Alright, so again, let's get rid of this old signal, and let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now actually we're having something interesting has appeared right here on the USD CAD. If we look closely, we can see clearly that the market indeed, first of all, it has respected that level of a strong real level of a resistance at 1.35213. Not only that, if we look also closer, we can see that the market has formed head and shoulders pattern, which indicates that the USD CAD is indeed right now gonna continue the fall. And also if we look closely also, we can see clearly that we are having here a resistance trend line, which seems like the market is indeed respecting. That level of a resistance trend line has been respected, again respected right here, then it became a new support trend line, a support trend line, then after that bearish breakout candle, it became another resistance trend line. And since we have spotted right here a head and shoulders pattern, it usually indicates that the market also is going to be respecting that level of a resistance trend line, and afterwards it's going to continue the fall. So that being said, the USD CAD is actually facing right here a strong key support zone, and most likely right now is going to begin actually the pullback to retest the same level of a resistance exactly right here, to be precise, exactly one second, yes, perfect, at 1.34680, which means we will have to wait for the USD CAD to rise for about 28 pips before we can start selling it. However, for the take profit level this time, it's gonna be approximately right there at that level of a support, exactly at 1.33775, which means we will be looking for about 90 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging higher than the peak of that resistance, which has already been respected, and that level of a strong key support level as well. And it was the peak of the resistance right here where the market has originally reversed, which means that's going to be our safe zone, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 48 pips against 90 pips of profit. That's everything, my friends, for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the USD JPY. But before that, I actually forgot, and please forgive me about that, I forgot to tell you about the news that's gonna hit the market today. Today we will be having the unemployment rate for the Australian dollar, and we will be having the core PPI news for the USD pairs and the unemployment claims. Now actually, to be honest with you, I'm not expecting much of impact after this news. Usually what really hits the market is the core CPI, ISM PMI, flash services, unemployment rate news for the USD dollars, and if Mr. Jerome Powell testifies in the sorry about that. Anyway, when he testifies, sorry guys, actually my memory is not that good to remember the names in English. Anyway, these news usually what hits the market, but these news usually, this one, core PPI news, unemployment claims, actually it might make a small impact on the market, but we are not yet sure how bad can it hit the market. However, I'm not expecting much of impact, since actually we had a big impact yesterday after the core CPI news. So therefore, we still have to pay attention to this news and be careful for them. But again, personally, I don't expect much of an impact after this news. Anyway, let's see now what we can do next with the USDJPY. Of course, we have to get rid of this old signal. It's no longer valid. Let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now, what we can see right here actually for the USD CAD is that the market has... One second, guys, 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. Anyway, what I was saying here, I forgot where was I. I think I was in the beginning. Okay, for the USDJPY, guys, my friends, I want to show you something actually. We are having here also a resistance trend line, as you can see, based on the 4-hour time frame. And by the way, what you are about to see right now is from something called the trend lines magic, or the magic of trend lines. Actually, I have 2 videos on my channel explained this strategy in a brief. How to find the best reversal points is by marking your very strong real level of a resistance trend lines, just like this one. As you can see, each time the market has reached one of those levels, it has always reversed. Now what you will do next is something unexpected. What you will do next is simply drag the same resistance trend line that you have just drawn and place it right here at the nearest, or actually at the next strong support trend line. Now what do you see? We can see clearly that the market has actually formed right here a support trend line, another support trend line, and then again finally another support trend line. And keep in mind that the same level has also become a resistance trend line. That's why we call it the magic of trend lines. Now what does it mean? We have to combine it first of all before explaining with that level of a strong key support level, as you can see. Now this level, 132.257, has indeed been a very strong real level of a support over the time. Each time the market has reached that level, it has always become a new support, as actually right here lately. Now we are combining this support trend line along with that strong level of a support also, which means we have to wait for the USDJPY to fall again to reach that level of a previous support, and from that point we can start we can start buying the USDJPY. Most likely the market will be respecting that level and gonna reverse at least to reach again the highest level of a resistance right here, exactly at 133.873. So therefore, we will have to wait for the market to fall for about 77 pips before we can start buying it. I know it's going to take a while, but remember guys, this is the USDJPY we're talking about, and actually one candle can fall for about 114 pips, of course, one of the 4-hour time frame candles. Therefore, we can actually expect from the market to reach our entry by today, and for the safe zone it will be ranging till the absolute lowest level of a strong key support level as well, right here and right there at 131.690, which means our safe zone will be ranging for about 55 pips only against 160 pips of profit. That's everything for the USDJPY. Let's now move to the USD CHF. Okay, so of course, as we can see, this signal has sadly failed, just like the others, unfortunately. I really, guys, feel really shy when any of my signals fails. I feel ashamed. I feel like I failed everyone who have trusted me. You guys just have no idea how bad I feel. I actually was shy to make even a live trading video yesterday because I really felt bad about the signals, and this is really not what I wanted to happen at all. I know the feeling, and I know that you guys really trusted me a lot in these signals. Therefore, I'm doing really the best I can to provide you with the best signals possible. Anyway, let's see now what we can do next with the USD CHF. Now we can see clearly that the USD CHF has made the final bearish breakout from that long-term support as 0.973. Now if we look at the left side, we can notice clearly, let me just scroll to the left side, we can notice clearly that the market has indeed abandoned that level of a support, which has been in the past also a resistance. It was also a support right here. So now what's the next movement for the USD CHF? Now, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, we can start looking for shorting this pair after it rises again for about 50 pips before we can start shorting it to retest that level of a real resistance. Now, keep in mind, I'm on the daily chart. And if I zoom in, we can see clearly, my friends, that this right here, 0.90073, has indeed been a real level of a resistance. We have faced actually here a fake breakout, but eventually this was a real level of a resistance, which means the USD CHF will definitely continue to rise again to retest that level of a broken level of a support, which was in the past also a real level of a resistance. Let's wait for the USD CHF to rise again for about 47 pips before we can start shorting it. Now, also we will be having right here, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully again I'm not, a support trend line exactly like that, and that support trend line has indeed been broken out from, and the USD CHF will continue rising again to retest the same level of a broken support trend line. So all the signs says that we can start safely selling the USD CHF at that point. Now, by looking at this chart right here on the daily chart, we can notice that the market is most likely going to continue its fall to reach that level of a support. Actually, the market is really way down at that level of a support right here at 0.88908. Guys, to be honest with you, there is much more in this to analyze, but because I want to save your time, the video right now is in 22 minutes, and I really just want to save your time as much as possible by giving you the heads up of these signals. Therefore, we can start shorting the USD CHF exactly at 0.973, and the take profit level is going to be about 115 pips of profit. Meanwhile, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. The safe zone, actually let me just increase this one. Yeah, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance right there, exactly as 0.90589, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about exactly 50 pips against 117 pips of profit. Let's now move to the gold. Alright, so the gold right now showing us something very interesting. Let me first of all delete the old signal, and let's see now what we can do next with the gold. Actually, guys, if we move now to the daily, actually to the 4-hour time frame, what we can notice right here is a clear triangle and has been broken out from, as you can see right here. So meaning the market has formed right here a real level of a resistance trend line, then finally faced, of course, a bullish breakout candle, and actually buying right here was the right decision to make. And as you can see, the market just kept rising, and as you can see, the retest was perfect. That reversal was really perfect, and we can see that the gold has respected that level of a previous support trend line. Now, from the first sight or look actually on the gold, if we look into the daily chart, we can notice indeed that the market has actually formed right here a structure which has been already retested, and the gold has already abandoned that structure and just kept rising. If you guys remember, I told you in the midweek analysis video that we are having here a big gap, and that's going to be confusing, and that's the reason I really hate big gaps like that. The gold was closed for continuously 3 days. And of course, that was the reason that we had this gap appeared in the market. Gaps actually very bad, and we cannot really predict the market blindly like this. Anyway, what we can expect next with the gold, if we switch now to the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that we're having here also a real support trend line. Check this out. The market seems like it's indeed respecting those levels, and it's going to continue climbing its way. And actually, what I'm expecting from the gold is it's going to continue climbing its way to reach the absolute highest level of the resistance that has ever been made at 2068.91, which means the gold still has about 500 pips more to go. Again, on the weekly chart, that structure has already been abandoned and retested again, and this has become a new support, which indicates that the gold has a potential now to continue the rise. Now, moving back to the 4-hour time frame, actually even better, let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Now, from this pattern, where exactly we can start buying the gold? Our best shot to start buying the gold is actually we have first of all to hope for a reversal upon the pressure from the current resistance at 2021.20. and then we can proceed to buy the pair once the market reach that level of a strong key level of a support, exactly at 2010.09. Actually, guys, if we look closely, we can see clearly right here a head and shoulders pattern has appeared also. Sorry, inverted head and shoulders pattern has appeared. So meaning the gold indeed gonna continue the rise. Now, that being said, we can see clearly also right here that the market has made a serious attempt to break out from that level of a support. But of course, due to the news, the candles, these two candles were formed yesterday. And as we can see right here, the market, right after making that strong, I mean, let me just explain it right, because I need to make myself clear here. So yesterday, due to the news, the gold made this spike. Then the correction has begun, and the red candle appeared, and it went down all the way to the same level where the market has just started the bullish reversal. Now, what happened later is, instead of continuing the fall, the market decided to continue the rise, meaning this was not a correction, meaning the gold is going in the right direction right now and is most likely gonna continue the rise. So meaning our best option to start buying the gold is gonna be exactly at the same level of the strongest key support level, which lies exactly right here at 2010.09. We have to wait for the market to fall for about 81 pips. And as we can see right here also, we're having a support trend line, which most likely is going to be respected as well. If the market falls like this, it's going to be respecting that level of a support trend line and also that level of horizontal strong key support level. And if that happens, we can actually keep buying the gold till it reaches the absolute highest level of a resistance at 2031.61, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a strong key support level as well at 1998.36, which means our take profit level is going to be 216 pips against 115 pips of a safe zone. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the gold and the USD pairs for the remaining days of this week. Again, guys, I hope you understand that I'm doing really the best I can to provide you with these signals. And again, keep in mind that I really don't like to be judged after failing for one day. Those who have been following me for many years, they know very well that we are getting at least 75% of our predictions correctly. One day, if of course nothing at all, we can always recover with the days after. And again, guys, please pay attention today for the news of the PPI news and the unemployment claims for the USD dollar. And hopefully, guys, everything is gonna go as well. I hope the signals will go as predicted. And if anything happened, I will follow it later with a Friday analysis video. Even if the signals, all of them, hit the take profit level immediately without being triggered, I will follow it again with the Friday analysis video. So until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.